Aries, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Aries, please. All right, so your energy is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Your person, the Wheel of Fortune. Now this is Sagittarius energy, but this can also be Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. They're viewing you as the Two of Cups, okay? What you're not seeing is the Queen of Cups in reverse, and we have Temperance, more Sagittarius energy coming through. All right, so divine intervention, divine timing. I feel like there's potential healing here if there's been some sort of fracture or separation, fight or argument. And we see the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, Aries, I'm really picking up on your energy with the Nine of Cups in reverse, you feeling emotionally drained. Like this is my emotional hangover card. And you may have or be thinking about walking away from this connection. Now, some of you, it could just be somebody you've been flirting with or somebody you're interested in, or it could be that there's some sort of history between the two of you. But with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, it feels like you're feeling either drained physically, emotionally, financially. Definitely with the Nine of Cups in reverse, you may be feeling like, okay, this was, just a fling or a fleeting romance, or just, I'm feeling emotionally drained. Like I'm feeling drained on many different levels. Let's put it that way. All right. And let's see. Now, it doesn't even have to be due to this situation. Okay. Because my guides are saying for some of my Aries, you're just feeling drained in general right now. Maybe due to another connection, maybe due to life itself, due to work, something going on with you physically, financially. Okay, so it doesn't have to be with this person. They're seeing you as a soulmate, all right? And we see Emperor energy. You're in your power, though. You're standing your ground. This is telling me you're boundary-oriented. Despite how you might be feeling, you still have your confidence, your grounding. You still have your center, your core, all right? And, and you're stepping up here as well. So for a lot of my Aries, something feels off for you. It's like you're stepping up and you're fixing it, which I feel is in true Aries fashion. Now you're viewing this person as the Seven of Cups in reverse. So you're getting clarity here about this person. And some of you, it may be that you want to repair things, you want to heal things, you want reconciliation. But for others of my Aries, you're starting to see clearly that there's something sweet here. Okay, there's something going on. They're making you feel a certain type of way. All right, and the relationship, the Four of Swords in reverse. So some of my Aries, you just want to get to the heart of the matter. You want to know if there are other options around this person. You want to know, there's like a restlessness here to know like where this is going, how they feel, are they available, do they want to repair? Their energy, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, so they're mirroring you. So it could be two people here who are feeling just a little bit drained, either by what's happening here between you two, or just in life in general, being sick of being disappointed in love, meeting people who, aren't real, people that don't want to put in the work, people who are draining you. Okay, so take what resonates here, because I do feel some of you, it's what's happening between the two of you. For others of you, you're just meeting somebody here who has been experiencing the world and life very similarly to you. All right, so let's see. Wow, so that came flying out. Allow your higher good, Aries. Don't be upset because things didn't work out the way your ego planned. Have faith that what is in your highest good will come. Yeah, so don't give up hope or faith. Allow good to happen here or to unfold. Hidden treasure. Beautiful. The treasure you're looking for is hidden in the ground you're standing on. It's time to dig deeper. And again, I kind of feel like there's something deeper to this connection, to this person. There's something here that you might not be clearly seeing just yet. Again, I do think you are getting clarity about this person. Remember that we are in Mercury retrograde in Pisces, so a lot is coming to the surface and a lot will become very clear over the next week and a half or so as Mercury goes direct, okay? and we have bad timing. So everything will come to you at the right time. Be patient, your time will come. And with the Sagittarius temperance energy here coming through as your final outcome and advice, that's an echo of that message. Like divine timing is at work here. So if you're not sure where this is going, if you're not sure exactly how you feel about this person or dating in general, it's kind of like take this time, focus on you. You know, this next week and a half, there might be some turbulence, there might be some confusion, but clarity is coming and divine timing is working in your favor. And we see the call of the void. There's a candle in your heart ready to be rekindled. All you have to do is acknowledge the void so you can heal properly. Yeah, so it's like there may be something missing right now, and I kind of feel like Spirit's advice, Aries, is just like, be okay with that. You don't need to solve everything. You don't need to make a decision tonight or today. Divine timing is at work here. Focus on you. Focus on recapturing your vitality, your center. All right. We have the Wheel of Fortune. I think this is somebody who absolutely has a lot to offer. This feels like it's somebody who's a destined soulmate right next to that Two of Cups. But it also feels like this person is coming towards you. All right. So the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Eight of Swords. Okay, so this person, there might be something here that they're not quite seeing. I kind of feel like this person's really in their feels about you, Aries. It feels like, you know, they can't stop thinking about you. Again, they're seeing you as their soulmate. I love this. King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. So somebody here who's grounded, stable, secure, has a lot to offer, wants to step up, but they want to do it in the right way. So again, they may, they might be somebody who's a little bit more of like a slow burning energy. Okay, and that can, I think this came through in the Leo reading, if I'm not mistaken. You may want to check that out. But I'm getting, for some of my Aries, like things are moving a little bit too slowly, whether that's towards repairing this connection or getting this connection off the ground, that some of you feel a bit emotionally drained by that, or you don't really like the ambiguity or how slowly this is moving. But this person's in their feels about you. They're wrapped up in you in this connection. I do see they want to give to this connection. And we see the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, but they are being patient. They're strategizing. It's like they need to get out of their head here. Now, for some of you too, I am getting this Queen of Cups could be like an ex, or it could be somebody who is taking their energy away from this connection. It could be work. It could be that they're feeling a bit emotionally drained, like they've got a lot going on as well when it comes to maybe their finances or their work schedule. Again, I kind of feel like you both are experiencing life in a similar way or through a similar lens right now, where a lot's going on. I mean, there's a lot going on in the world right now as well, but there's a lot going on. Finances might be a little bit of a struggle here. This person also, like, they're strategizing, but they also want to do things differently. They don't want to either keep repeating the same karmic cycle with you or within this relationship. All right. So with the Two of Cups, they're definitely seeing you as soulmate energy. They're seeing you as somebody that balances them in the most harmonious ways. For some of you, it's, opposites attract. Wow, Aquarius energy. They love being around you. And this is definitely being the apple of their eye. I know that's kind of like an old school saying, but it's like you're the apple of this person's eye. They only have eyes for you is what I'm getting. They may want to heal things with you. This can be somebody envisioning a future with you. But they also recognize that there's something different about you, Aries, or things have to be done differently. Like we have to think outside of the box here. And we see the High Priestess energy in reverse, Cancer, Pisces energy. This person sees you as somebody who's very direct and very honest. Again, I feel like that tracks with Aries energy. All the Aries I've known have usually no problem speaking their mind, saying how they're feeling. The High Priestess in reverse here also tells me, for some of you, this person just can't wait to see you again. Okay, so wherever you might see this person, or maybe online, or whatever it might be, it's like they can't wait to see you again. And we see the Four of Cups. They are a little bit worried that you're not emotionally available any longer. Again, you are feeling a bit emotionally drained. Okay, so they might be worried about rejection, or they're picking up on that energy. They may be taking it personally, even if it's not personal. For some of you, again, you're just feeling emotionally drained by everything that's going on in your life. But they are a little bit worried. You know, they are a little bit worried that this is going to end in rejection. And they're feeling the love here. They're feeling the soulmate connection. They're imagining, fantasizing about a future. They want to see you again. They may want to surprise you with something here as well with that Four of Cups. And we see the Six of Swords. Yeah, this person's not ready to move on from you or move on from this connection. Okay? Like this person's absolutely stuck on you, Aries. Some of you, the Six of Swords can be that this person wants to come back around to you. So if you are in separation, you know, that's a reconciliation message. But for others of you, again, this person just like wants to see you again. Okay, so let's see what we need to know about this person. What do we need to know most about this person right now? All right, we see saboteur, induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. Now, I don't think this person is trying to undermine you or other people, but I do think your person, you know, we could see with that Eight of Swords, they may have self-destructive behavior. They may be worried that they've sabotaged this connection. They're definitely overthinking, and that Eight of Swords can be them repeating karmic habits or, you know, bad habits or patterns here. Feels like it's more towards themselves, though, than to other people. All right, and we see beggar energy, dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. Okay, so again, your person, I mean, I'm not getting that they're not self-empowered, because that King of Pentacles tells me that they're stable, they're secure, they have a lot to offer. But what I'm seeing is your person, I kind of feel like your person kind of, I don't know if they want you to put in the effort. They could have a little bit of low self-esteem in the sense that they kind of are waiting for cues from you, or they're waiting for you to step up and take control. There may be some sort of codependence in this person's energy as well. We see that the King of Pentacles is somebody solid, stable, secure, and it feels like they do have a lot to offer. But the Eight of Pentacles in reverse could also be somebody who sometimes doesn't put in the effort that they're supposed to. But I don't think it's malicious. I don't think it's because they're selfish. I feel like it's more like, I don't know, like I'm kind of getting like a lack of self-esteem in some regards, or fear of rejection. You know, like if I put in the effort and Aries rejects me, I'm going to look stupid, or I'm going to feel, you know, I'm going to feel bad about myself. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting. All right, let's see how they're viewing you, Aries. All right, child divine. So an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. I don't think that's necessarily the case, but they may feel like you've been really affected by gossip or like third-party interference, which doesn't necessarily have to be romantic rivals, although that could be a concern of them, of theirs. But an inability to defend oneself against negative forces, again, they might feel like, you know, the Nine of Cups in reverse can also be, you know, unhealthy coping mechanisms. Hey, we're all guilty of it at some point in time, okay? And so they might be seeing that. They might be worried about that. They might be worried that you're susceptible to, like, you know, hearing, you know, listening to gossip, or, you know, maybe people taking people's opinions who don't think you guys are right for each other, for example, taking those, you know, I don't want to say too seriously, but, you know, believing that, being susceptible to that pressure or that point of view, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right, and we see Fool energy, using humor to wound rather than liberate, denial of your emotional truth. Yeah, but what I'm getting here, and I don't think they necessarily feel like you use humor to wound rather than to liberate, but I do feel like, I mean, it is possible maybe this person, you know, has taken a joke or two that you said in the wrong way. But I kind of feel like this person thinks you're holding back emotionally, which you probably are. With the Nine of Cups in reverse, you're probably not wanting to be super direct and vulnerable. You're feeling a bit tender. You're feeling a bit raw right now. That's more what I'm getting than anything else from that card. All right, so the Queen of Cups energy in reverse, I think this is also this person feeling quite emotionally drained right now. You know, they're still in their head about this connection. They may feel like it's not quite the right time to reach out. The Nine of Wands. Yep, this person's, I feel like they're building up strength and courage. That's not a typical read for me of the Nine of Wands, but this is the wounded warrior. This is somebody who still holds a torch for you, Aries. But it's kind of like they're circling the wagons. They're down on one knee here. They're, you know, building up strength and courage for this final push or to come towards you. Four of Wands. They're experiencing instability or distance. Yeah, because they're not sure about whether or not this connection is going to come together or not. Some of you too, this person is recovering from some sort of ending with possibly a water sign. But we see the Seven of Wands energy in reverse. I do get an element of exhaustion in this person's energy behind the scenes. Again, it looks like you both are feeling kind of exhausted from life or from what's going on between the two of you. You know, it's like you both have, excuse my language, but you both have your own shit going on here that's like, you know, that's not all a bed of roses and, you know, rainbows and unicorns. The Seven of Wands in reverse, though, does tell me this person, they're guarded. They're probably feeling a little bit distant, affected by the instability within this connection or the fact that this connection isn't quite together, hasn't quite found its form yet. But I also like the Seven of Wands in reverse because it tells me that this person is picking and choosing their battles. And that's coming from after feeling emotionally overwhelmed. So it's kind of like, you know, it's just, you know, it's like chunking it out, seeing what their priorities are. And with the Seven of Wands in reverse, this is somebody who wants to come in and be vulnerable. And I feel like that's key here for repair or for coming together. So with Temperance energy, we have divine interference, divine timing, healing, seeing things from a higher perspective. I love that Temperance is coming through. The Lovers card, a really strong soulmate, possibly twin flame connection, a strong physical connection. But this connection goes beyond mere words, right? And maybe even beyond this lifetime. You're getting an offer or an apology, somebody that wants to make you an offer, come towards you, communicate, take action. And we see the Three of Swords, okay? So they could be telling you or communicating to you their heartbreak, but I'm not actually necessarily reading this as third party. I mean, maybe they are going to be coming clean about some sort of third party or gossip or romantic rival or something like that. But I actually feel like this is somebody making a decision to reach out. They're nervous, but they know they need to come in with the truth so that you can get to the heart of the matter, even if it's a tough conversation. All right, and we see the Strength card, Leo energy. See, this is them being strong, building up strength and courage to come towards you. Yeah, and that's where I'm going to leave it. All right, let's see what else my Aries need to know about this person. What else do my Aries need to know about this person? Sweet messages, eye candy, and stalker. Yeah, I think you're about to get sweet messages. This person also, I'm most likely they're sexy and attractive, but I also think they've been watching you. They adore you. They're physically attracted to you. They want this relationship with you. They may have been dreaming about you, Aries. Okay, anything else we need to know about this person? Yeah, they're building up strength and courage to possibly have a difficult conversation or just be open and be vulnerable. All right, we see manipulator, we see perfect match, and morning person. Now, again, manipulator we do have to watch out for, right? So I'm not telling you to ignore any red flags. You know, be aware, be prepared, be discerning, trust your intuition. But manipulator energy can also be when somebody's just trying to make this work in their favor. They're trying to win you over. They may have also done something like pulled their energy back in hopes that you would chase or to see how you really feel. But perfect match and morning person tells me that there is something really special here between the two of you. Morning person is also somebody, if there has been some codependency like drinking, smoking, gambling, or just unhealthy habits and behaviors, morning person to me is somebody who's channeling that energy into something healthier. And I kind of do feel like some of you, this person is making those changes to be healthier, to do things in a more, to do things in a bit more mature way. Okay. What they want to say to you is, I watch your social media. Yeah, for real, with that stalker energy. You broke my heart. So they may come in and tell you that, they've been heartbroken or they're upset about something. We see that coming through. And I can be myself with you, but they know that they can and they need to be vulnerable with you. All All right. And I'm waiting patiently. Right. But I think they also realize they can't wait forever here, Aries, that they've got to take action. And it feels like they really do need to not only take action, but they realize they need to come in a vulnerability here for this to work. For you to really, not to come in with ego and not to come in guarded, but to be straight up with you, even if it's not super pretty. Don't feel the silence, Aries. Let others show you who they are. Yeah, beautiful. So that's not, you don't have to reach out. You don't need to write long paragraphs. You don't need to explain anything right now. Allow space to speak. Silence can reveal more than pressure. Okay, until clarity asks to be spoken. So it's about allowing silence to speak for itself. You not needing to fill the silence right now. Again, for a lot of you, we have a week and a half less, or actually less than a week, a little over a week until Mercury goes direct. Can't wait for that. But a little bit over a week for Mercury to go direct. And I feel like it's just again, taking this time to just get right, focus on your priorities, your grounding. And, if there's something that needs to be said, say it, right? But it doesn't have to be today, for example. And act once your nervous system is settled and regulated. So respond from regulation. Okay, beautiful. So again, if this person reaches out, you don't have to respond right away. You don't want to respond in a reactive energy. All right. And choose what's nourishing, Aries. Support what steadies you. That's in your daily life, but that's also in this relationship and relationships in general. Ooh, and Spirit's also saying, let consistency lead. Feelings matter, but let consistency lead. Okay, look at patterns. What's consistent here? All right. So Aries, I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care.